T-Mobile is promising 5G coverage nationwide by the end of 2019. But there's a catch. Hi, I'm Chris with the Mobile Internet Resource Center, here to share with you some big news on the race to 5G, and that is T-Mobile is jumping out to claim that they're going to be the first nationwide 5G provider. All the other carriers, including T-Mobile, have done 5G rollouts in just little bits and dabs and tiny pieces of mostly core urban areas, and for the coverage maps so far have been really minuscule. So minuscule that AT&T and Verizon are refusing to even publish the maps because their coverage is measured in areas of city blocks, or this building's got coverage, that one next door doesn't. Sprint done a little bit better, but nobody's even begun to roll out 5G at the big, broad, rural scale, nationwide scale. Everybody is expecting that to be something coming in 2020, and well, T-Mobile is jumping ahead to say we're going to have it ready by the end of 2019. Wow, how is T-Mobile managing to pull this off? They're seeming like they're flipping a switch and magically overnight they have 5G nationwide. Is there some trick to this? And well, there sort of is, and there's some good engineering, there's some good planning ahead, and it is a little bit smoke and mirrors and marketing over-promising. So what T-Mobile is doing is, several years ago, they acquired the 600 megahertz spectrum nationwide, cellular spectrum, and this is really good spectrum that travels a long distance. It has enabled T-Mobile to roll out LTE Band 71 that gives them similar coverage to Verizon and AT&T, and has finally let T-Mobile compete in a lot of rural areas where they've never had coverage before. This Band 71 is good long-range spectrum, low-frequency spectrum. And, well, because T-Mobile was starting from scratch with this just a few years ago, they put in all the equipment for this to be both dual compatible 4G LTE and 5G equipment. So this has all been spreading out. They've been building this for years, and they've just been waiting for compatible hardware so they can flip a switch and have everywhere that they've got Band 71 4G coverage, they'll have Band 71 5G coverage just magically overnight, because literally they are probably flipping a switch in their headquarters. The catch is there have been no devices that can speak to this low-frequency 5G spectrum yet. Finally, T-Mobile has 2 phones that they're announcing will be available before the end of the year that will be compatible with this, that will then let them say, hey, we've got nationwide coverage. They've got the OnePlus 7T Pro 5G McLaren. It's probably the biggest mouthful of words for a phone name ever. That is their new super phone flagship coming out. And then the next version of the Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G, T-Mobile exclusive version, will also be supporting this 600 megahertz spectrum for 5G. So if you buy one of those 2 super high-end phones that aren't out yet and don't have a price yet, but will be out just before the end of 2019, you will be able to be part of nationwide 5G coverage. So T-Mobile gets to claim they've been first. They'll probably have advertising all over the place saying, we are first with nationwide 5G. But then the other catch, other than just a limited selection of only 2 devices that are compatible with this, is that all the carriers are rolling out 5G across both low-frequency spectrum, like T-Mobile's about to do, high-frequency millimeter wave spectrum that is very short range but very fast, and then mid-band spectrum that kind of balances speed versus range. So T-Mobile's new 600 megahertz spectrum is long range but relatively slow. It's basically, maybe they're predicting it'll double what their equivalent 4G in the same areas can do. So a far cry from the gigabit speeds that AT&T and Verizon are managing in their tiny millimeter wave deployments, and T-Mobile is doing that as well in a few cities. And then Sprint is doing mid-band, balances speed and coverage. Now, you're thinking, okay, great, T-Mobile's the first out the gate with the long-range stuff, this is good. But these 2 new phones that T-Mobile is bringing out that do the long-range 5G, they don't support the millimeter wave, so they actually can't even talk to T-Mobile's existing urban 5G. We're kind of in this chicken and egg time frame of there's no phones, nothing even announced yet, that can support both low-frequency 5G and high-frequency 5G. So this is why it is important to wait. Unless you really want to be on the bleeding edge, it's all marketing, smoke and mirrors, and bragging rights, getting to claim who's first with what. Wait until next year when all the carriers are going to have phones and coverage that supports low-frequency, long-range 5G, mid-band, balanced speed and range 5G, and high-frequency, super fast but short-range 5G. It's all coming. It's all there, dibs and dabs right now, but wait until 2020. Wait until the next wave of phones. Don't get too bought into the marketing hype. But we do have to give kudos to T-Mobile. It is exciting to see them pushing ahead and getting to claim first. It is, it's good engineering to them. So thumbs up to them, but don't buy a phone yet.
These videos are brought to you by our premium members, our mobile internet aficionados. They make it possible for us to track this news and create these videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel, or better yet, consider becoming a member yourself.